The secret flotation device is simply this. It's made up of two parts. A little piece of wax that you can see stuck here on the back of the card, and then right here is a very, very tiny invisible thread. You probably can't even see it even though we're zoomed way in. I know I can barely see it this close. But I brought some other thread so it is easy to see for the explanation. And here's how you do it. First, take your invisible thread. I'll be using the black thread so you can see it. Take a little ball of the wax, add it to the end of the thread, roll the thread around the wax a little bit. Take that wax and stick it right to the center of the card. So there's your thread holding the card. Take a second piece of wax, knead it together like this, scrunch it up, and wrap it around your invisible thread like this. Then you can take and cut your thread so that it isn't longer than where the wax goes. And that's about it. Wax over here, one end of the thread. There's the thread here, other end of the wax. And that one I'll stick right on my glasses. If you're not wearing glasses, then you can put this right behind your ear, kind of tuck it over, and then pinch the wax just behind. It should stick nicely. If it doesn't, you can take a little piece of tape and just sort of stick it on there any way that you want. Let's learn how to prepare the secret levitation gadget that's included in your set. First, unwind the thread from the card. I take off just about 2 feet worth and cut it at the edge. You can see that the thread is already starting to come unwound, or it's fraying. That's how we get the thread to be invisible. I'm stripping away one single tiny thread that makes up this larger piece by pulling, and you can see the action happening there. Now I've got one single thin strand of invisible thread. Next, take a piece of that wax, wrap it around the very end, give it a little twist, pinch the wax in, find the other end of the thread, take some wax, and roll it onto the other end of the thread, and then you're ready to begin. One end goes on the playing card, and the other end of wax, this end, that goes over on your ear or your glasses or an anchor point so that you can have this card float as if it were floating by magic. You have to give your card a spin and it floats. You can bring your fingers through the thread and make it rise or fall. There's other cool tricks you can do right on the tabletop with your floating device. If I turn the card over and concentrate and just pull back my head a little bit, the card floats. Look at that. Ooh. And you can also flip over the card. The more you practice, the more you'll come up with your invisible floating device. And if you lose your floating device, it's probably because it's invisible.